Hi and welcome to Guide to Solidworks. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. We've got lots of content all about Solidworks and tutorials ranging from beginners activities all the way up to some advanced activities, and also just some fun things to try as well. Today what we're going to be looking at is a beginner's activity, and we're going to be looking at how we can create all these different sort of offsets on here. So we're going to look at how we could create new planes. We're going to look at how we can extrude using offsets, and how we can do multiple extrudes from single sketches as well. So we've got quite a variety of different things that we're going to be looking at within this tutorial. So let's get started, we'll dive in and we'll work our way through it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is pick the right plane, and I'm going to sketch on that right plane. Okay. Now I'm going to start with the profile of this lower section. So I'm going to get my centre line and I'm going to draw a line straight down here. Now that centre line is going to be 110 down. So that 110 there will give me my bottom circle here and then the shaft coming up. So let's put a circle at the bottom of there, and that is going to be 56 diameter. Okay, now that I've got that in place, what I am going to have a look at next is creating some lines offset to this. So going out from the top, across, and down, like so. I'm going to dimension that up, so it is 25 out, and still connected to the circle at the bottom. Okay, so once I've got that in place, I'm just going to mirror that across. I'm going to take these lines here, and using that centre line that I put in there, I'm going to mirror that across like so, and take there. Okay, so I've got them in place. What I now want to do is look at extruding parts of this bit at a time. What I also want, is to include a line offset to the top of this here. So I'm just going to get that line in place, and I'm just going to put a line across here, like so. Okay, now that line there is going to be offset 12mm up from the top of this circle here. So if I want that overall distance, I'm going to get 56 divided by 2 to give me my radius, plus 12 for the height of that line, and that'll drop that in there exactly where I want it, which is 40 high. Okay, so I've got that sketch completed, everything in place that I want, and now what I'm going to do is tick that, come out of the sketch. With the sketch highlighted here, I'm going to go to features, and I'm going to go to extrude. So what I'm going to have to do is extrude this in contours. So I'm going to start with a circular section at the bottom here. Now, because this is on the right plane, running down it, I'm going to extrude through the mid-plane section. Okay, and this is going to come out 70. Like so. So that's going out 70. And that gives me my bottom section there. Now if I click off that, the sketch disappears. So I want to bring that sketch back. So I drop the down arrow, click the sketch there, and edit the sketch again. Now I'm going to extrude this again. So features. Click the sketch, features, extrude. And I'm going to select this contour this time. And I'm going to go mid-plane again. I'm not going 70 this time. I'm going to be going 62. Give me a slight gap on each end. Like so. Now I've got one last section of this to do, and that's this centre section here. I'm going to go to extrude again. And this section is just going to be 18 mm thick, so I'm going to go mid-plane. I want these 2 points here, and I want to change that to 18 mm. So I've got them 2 contours in the centre there, and 18 mm, and tick there, like so. Okay, so I've got that in place. I've got a cutout here that needs to go in, so let's do that now. So I'm going to go onto my front plane. I'm going to sketch on my front plane. And from there, I am going to create a corner rectangle. Like so. I'm just going to drop that on there. I'm going to turn that so it's straight on, or normal to that face, so that I can see what I'm drawing and where I'm drawing it. So I want to take that line and the bottom of there. I want them to be parallel and collinear, so they're in line with each other. I'm going to drag this across. Now, what I'm going to also do is take a centre line from my origin and drop that right down to the bottom here. If I find the centre of this bottom line and the bottom of the centre line, I can make them coincident, which means if I now change one side, the other sides will change with it. So that gap at the bottom there is going to be 34. And it is going to come up to the same height as the top of my circle there. So I want that horizontal. If we go to features, and I go to cut, I'm going to cut about the mid-plane, and I'm going to change that to the same thickness of my circle, or the same distance, which is going to be 56. And we should now get our cutout through the centre of there, like so. Okay, so while we've got that bottom section in place, we're going to move on to the upper section, and we're going to have a circle up here. So I'm going to take this face that I've got here, and I'm going to sketch on there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an offset with this one. So my offset, if I take the circle, is going to be to the outer edge of that. Now that sketch there is aligned and starting on that face. Now what I want to do is start my feature slightly out from that. So I'm going to go to features, I'm going to go to extrude. Now I'm going to reverse the direction of the extrude, but rather than starting from my sketch plane, I'm going to create a sketch offset there. And that offset is going to be 3 mil. Now you'll see if I change the angle, my feature now is starting 3 mil out from where that sketch started. If it had gone in, just flip the reverse and it will bring it out. Now we still want to know the distance of that, and that distance there is going to be 46. And tick there. Okay, so I've got that now in there. Now I've got that in there, what I'm going to do, that offset has allowed me to create a step there. I want to draw my next section through the centre of this. So I'm going to click that face there, and I'm going to hold control and click that face there. I'm going to come to references and I'm going to drop on a plane. So references and plane. And it'll pick up a plane between them. So I'm going to reference geometry and a plane, and it'll put plane in exactly between them two faces, which is halfway there. So if I tick there now, that gives me that plane. So if we're just uncertain where that was, so reference geometry and plane in the features section. Make sure you've got the two faces clicked, and it'll put it straight between the two faces. Now I've got that in place, I'm going to sketch again. On that new plane, I'm going to sketch, and I am going to go normal, I'm going to turn so I'm on line with that face. And my first line starts at the top point of here and comes across. And then it's going to drop down and back up to line with this here, like so. So I want a distance to this section. So first thing that I am going to do is pick up how the thickness of this is going to be, which is going to be 36. Back into the center of there. Okay. Now my distance out from the center of here is going to be 85. And we've got that section now. What I do want to just do is make sure that that and my origin there stay vertical, and that will then fully define that section. Now we are also going to have to add a circle into the end of here, so I'm just going to put a circle on here, like so. And then also a line coming down here as a step. Now that line there is going to be offset from here to here by 30. Like so. Now we've got them in place, we're going to start to extrude them again. So I'm going to go to Features, Extrude, and I'm going to use that same process of extruding the multiple sketches. And I'm going to do it through the mid-plane again. So I'm going to click that sketch, I'm going to go to mid-plane, and I want that to be 18 mil. And then tick there like so. Okay, so that's my first bit. My next bit, drop that down, click the sketch again, extrude, and this time I want to take that section there, again around the mid-plane, and my thickness of that section is going to be 46. So that's an increased size there, so we've got that step out. And then the last bit there is that circle in the end. I'm going to hold the sketch again, extrude that, selecting the two contours there, and this one is going to be 48. 48, and again I want to go around that mid-plane. Like so. Now we've got all the features in. I've got a cutout that needs to go in the top of here, so let's apply that and add that in. So I'm going to sketch on this top plane, view it from above. Now I'm going to put my center line down here, like so, and a corner rectangle again, drop that in here. And I'm just going to make that midpoint relationship at the bottom there, and then my gap here is going to be 18, and my distance in here is going to be the distance to the top of this edge of this circle here. So take that top corner, zoom in, take that top edge, see if we can get it. It's not picking up. I'll just put a dimension in for the size. We know the size of that circle is 36, so it's going to be 36 in there, like so. Now we've got that in place, I'm going to go to Features, I'm going to cut that through. I want to make sure it goes all the way through that section. It does. Now if I'm not sure if it does, I can always change my option for my end condition to through all, and it'll just make sure it goes through all of that component part. Like so. Now I've just got some holes to put in here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch on that face. I'm going to go to Sketch, and I'm going to drop a circle in on the end of here, like so, and I'm just going to change my view there so that I can see everything from side on. Because what I can do is I can drop all these circles in at once. There we go. So I've got a hole through each three of these sections. They're all different sizes, so let's put some sizes to them. So this top one here is going to be 15. This corner here is going to be 25. And this bottom one is going to be 32. Giving me the three circles there. Now if I go to features and I go to cut extrude, now if I just cut these through a standard distance, they're all going to go in by a different amount because they're all in different positions, as you can see. So I'm going to go mid-plane, because you can see that they're not all starting with inside. And in fact actually I could probably go up to body and click the component, and it should go both ways. Not picking it up, doesn't matter too much, just go through all. It'll pick it up both ways and through all. So as long as I've gone through all of both directions, it should be perfectly fine. Tick there, and we've got the holes going through the side there. Now I'm just going to hide this plane at the top, and then I'm going to finish off by adding an appearance. So my appearance at the top here, I'm going to appearance to the body, and I'm just going to add in this dark yellow colour here, and tick there. Rotate that round so you can see it in an isometric view. Zoom in a little bit, there we go. And then you've got your finished component. So that's how we look at using offsets in our extrudes. We extrude through do multiple extrudes from a single sketch, and also how we can use planes to offset faces as well. Hopefully that was useful for you, and hopefully you've learned something there. If it's not something new, at least it's consolidating something you've already known. Like I said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. We do lots of content on here with a wide range of tutorials for Solidworks. And if you've enjoyed this tutorial, please hit that thumbs up button, that like, and the bell icon to get notifications of future videos coming from the channel. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.